about the fact that he has to meet a girl at a destination, and she is way too scary for him. However, when he goes there to deliver the food, a big giant lady with huge melons popping out from the shelter opens the door. He never had to deal with a tough-looking woman in his life, and it is nothing but terrifying for him. This little joystick guy is socially awkward to begin with. Thus, he decides to hand over the food quickly and run away from there. Therefore, he gives the food she orders and runs away from there as some dog is running behind him. When he left the building, he couldn't breathe as he became too exhausted because he ran all the way down from the apartment. He decides to switch with another delivery person, but in the countryside, he is the only delivery person. This guy has a crush on a girl who is a tuber, and he likes to watch her at times like this. Her name is Hannah Chan, and her natural shy personality is something he can relate to. The non-working little stick guy joins her live, and it always cheers his mood up whenever he watches her. Someone asked Hannah if there's anything she wants to overcome. She says she is pretty shy and she wants to overcome her social anxiety in her real life. Others in the video tell her that she can talk, and if she can talk with them, then that should be enough. But she doesn't seem happy with the fact, and she says that the internet is the only place where she can do it. There must be others like her. Then she talks about how supportive everyone is, as they are cheering her up while she is having a hard life, and she does not want to run away from them. Hannah wants to be able to communicate in her real life. While the little stick guy is watching her life, he gets another delivery request from the same scary girl that he just met and runs away from there. He is not sure why she wants him to deliver again and wonders if she did that to complain. However, he motivates himself to try hard again, as his crush Hannah is also trying her level best to communicate with others. He decides to deliver the food with a smile on his face without running away from there, and goes into the building to complete the task. As he walks in, he sees the same scary girl already standing at the doorstep, and he wonders why she is already standing outside of her house. When he goes near her, the girl yells at him what took him so long, and he decides to communicate with her with a smile on his face to get over his fear. Therefore, he greets her and says thanks to her for using their service. The scary lady goes near him and tries to say something, and the little stick guy gets to know that she is the same girl he has a crush on, and he could not believe it. After the delivery person leaves, the scary lady closes the door. She feels nervous because she never talked to anyone and could not remember when was the last time she talked to someone unknown. The scary lady's name is Hannah, and she feels glad that she thanks that delivery guy who always delivers the food, and she thinks that she was too polite. However, she still wants to do her best, but at the same time she feels like she did her best, so she decides to eat the food while her eyes are filled with tears. This huge girl with melons the size of a football eats 5 meals a day. The delivery guy who recently started his part-time job wonders if the scary lady who glares at him is the same girl he has a crush on. He wonders if it is all because of what happened last time, as her voice sounded so much like Fuari, Hannah, and he feels bad about a thing that he ran away from her again. He thinks about her and thinks that all this is a misunderstanding, and thinks that his brain probably automatically associated her with Hannah-chan to lessen the fear. The delivery guy receives another order from her and goes there to deliver it. He says thanks to her and tries to walk away as usual, but this time the girl holds his hand and says that he is the only person who can do it. He thinks it is literally Hannah's voice. Amidst, the girl mentions that she is really bad at talking to people she does not know. The delivery guy thinks about life and matches the same sentence with Hannah. Then the scary lady says that she has not spoken to anyone face to face for a long time, and she does all her shopping online too. However, the other day when he smiled at her, she was too happy. Then she says that he always leaves her lunchboxes on tissues so they do not get dirty, and her lunchbox is never messed up, and he is too quick. Meanwhile, the delivery guy thinks that she talks too fast, and he understands that this woman was not glaring at him in anger, and she was just waiting for a chance to talk to him. He understands that she was trying hard just to talk to him. The scary lady claims that since he was there, she thought she would try harder in her real life. The delivery guy thinks that she was trying to face her fears, and whether she is Fuari-chan or not, it does not matter because he wants to cheer her up for her determination. The scary lady then claims that he will be paid for it, and she asks him if he will become his conversation partner. The delivery guy had no clue how they ended up here, and he was feeling overwhelmed, so he reluctantly agreed to work for her. A day before, the scary huge lady asked the delivery guy to be her conversation partner. She decided to call him out and speak to him politely like she did before. Therefore, she did as planned and asked him to come inside and have a cup of tea with her, and the delivery guy agreed to do it. The lady started to feel glad that she could communicate, and she totally understood how to do it. She goes into her room to freshen up and thinks that she can finally do it, and as long as she follows it, everything will be fine. Another day and another delivery this guy has to make at the scary lady's place. Apparently their business is just running on her orders. When this poor little guy goes there to deliver the food this time, he sees the scary lady already standing there while holding a bunch of cash in her hands. When he goes near her, the lady asks her how much she needs to pay him to talk to her. The scary lady, one San wants to make him her conversation partner, and the delivery guy is in shock about the fact that she is trying to pay him for real. The delivery guy has no clue why someone would just pay him for just talking to them. Therefore, this foolish man refuses to take the money from her, and one San asks him if this much money is not enough. The delivery guy says that it is not a matter of money, and he cannot put his feelings into words, but this is definitely not good according to him. When he refuses to take the money, one San feels sad, and she says sorry to him for troubling him. The delivery guy wonders if he did the right thing and leaves from there. When he reaches home, he joins the live of his crush Hannah, and she wants to play video games today. He keeps watching her just to make himself feel better, but his thoughts are wrong, and he is not able to calm down. Hannah seems to be feeling down today, as she mentions in her show, and Hannah starts to cry because she thinks she is weird, and she ends up doing things wrong. She claims that she messed up in her real life too, and she thinks that she made the other person uncomfortable. Then Hannah asks everyone in her life if she has made everyone worried and apologizes to them as she is too emotional at the moment. However, the delivery guy gets up and says that there is no way she made anyone worry about her, and he claims that this side of her is what he likes a lot. He thinks that the scary girl is also weird, which is why her approach ended up like that. Amidst, he hears Hannah crying in her life, and he does not want to let that happen. Therefore, this idiot donates 10,000 bucks, by which Hannah gets happy, and she thanks him for it. Then she asks him if he is fine with it, and he says that her favorite idol's well-being is his well-being. He wants her to stay smiling, and he also wants one San to stay happy. The delivery guy receives another delivery request with a note to leave the food at the door. Therefore, he goes to deliver the food at her place with a motive to support her. While standing outside of her apartment's door, he says to one San that she can ignore him if she wants to, but he feels like taking money is not a good thing to do. Then he claims that he wants to help her without taking the money from her. After listening to this, one San runs out of her house, and she asks him if he is sure he does not want money. The delivery guy with a smile on his face says yes, he is sure that he does not want any money. The one San with a nervous look asks him if he is okay to talk to her, and he says yes to it too. One San feels glad and starts to cry. The delivery guy could not see her in tears, and then one San asks him to come with her and have a talk while eating. He agrees to it, but is not sure how to talk while eating. The delivery guy ended up entering the house of a very scary lady, the lady he was supposed to deliver food to. She made an atmosphere where he could not refuse. He walks into the house, passing the wall and touching the lovely melons, but he feels bad about this. When he walks in there, he starts to wonder, why would a lady invite a complete stranger like him into her private place? He cannot believe it, and he thinks of it as one of those dramas where someone gets into a house and gets beaten up. While he is thinking about all this, the huge lady falls next to him, due to which he falls on the ground, and he thinks that he is going to be beaten up now. One San says sorry and says she will get up right away. While he is on the floor, he feels something, so he knocks at it, due to which an opening occurs, and he falls into the basement. After some time, both of them sit down to have a meal. The huge girl says sorry to him for making him fall earlier, and she supports herself by saying that she tripped. Meanwhile, the delivery guy wonders if she is going to eat all the food that is placed on the table, and then he gets the thought that she is a nice girl, and she's not going to beat him up, and he thinks that he lets his imaginations run wild. Then one San asks him if he saw the script earlier, and he says yes, he did. One explains that she used to work as a voice actor in the past, and the delivery guy could not believe it, as it is too shocking to believe a girl working as a voice actor who does not even talk to anyone. However, he gets to know the reason behind her great voice, and he asks her if being a voice actor is incredible. Then he asks her why she is not working as a voice actor anymore, and she says that to begin with, even if her voice was good, she did not have the talent, and because she is tall, she stood out in a weird way, and people started saying things, and it became like that. People used to say that she is tall but weird, and they used to find her scary, and some of them used to think that she did not get the role by talent, but she got it by making someone happy. One says the way people used to look at her became scary, and she thinks a monster like her should not be out there. The delivery guy claims that she is beautiful, and they were probably just jealous of her, but surely when people around her used to say those things, she must have felt that. Then the delivery guy tells her that he has been into this situation about his short height since he was a kid, and he always laughed it off. However, it is not like it did not hurt. The delivery guy cannot control his emotions, and he claims that he loves her voice and claims that whenever he used to get tired of working, Fuari-chan's broadcast saved him. He says when he heard her voice, he thought it was as lovely as Fuari-chan's voice. He says that her her voice is clear, solid, but slightly pitched, and he thinks it is a voice he wants to listen to even when he is down. The delivery guy gets too expressive and then feels bad for it, but Won-san keeps listening to him and then gives him a smile. He asks her what is with that smile and receives money from an online method. The delivery guy got tipped, but a very scary lady Won-san. She is the first person to give him the maximum tip. He asks her if he told her he did not need money to talk to her. Won-san could not take it anymore, and she says that it is the correct way and it is just the reward for the delivery service. The delivery guy thinks about how he gave Hana a tip too, and then Won-san says that it has been a while since she worked this hard, and it is all thanks to him. Therefore, she wants to do something in return, and she says because of the guilt she will die. When she gets near him, the delivery guy feels nervous and he spills the dish. Won-san says that it is fine, as she will clean it up. But he says that it is fine, he will clean it up himself because she gets too close to him and he could feel the melons. Won-san asks him why he is ignoring personal boundaries, and then she asks him to get ready and she will take care of him. Then she says they could do it together, but someone like her would be in the way, and it is not worth her to be going in with him because she will only make it more messed up. The delivery guy thinks that she has this mindset because of her low self-esteem, and he thinks that she might not even consider herself as a girl in front of a guy. That is why her boundaries are all messed up. Won-san then says that she will go and make things ready, and the delivery guy asks her to wait for a minute. He mentions that since she wants a friend, he wants to support her, but at least he wants to know her goal. Won-san says that she wants to go out someday and wants to talk with other people, and he asks her to come out with him then. Won-san thinks of it, but her imaginations make the delivery guy surrounded by the people, and she says that she cannot do it because she will be caught by the crowd, and she does not want that kind of outing. The delivery guy says that he is not talking about that kind of outing, and he wants her to come out with him to a store late at night with him. The delivery guy thinks that he needs to work properly for a tip this big, and he says to Won-san that they will make her goals come true one by one. He assures her they will do it together and he will be on her side. Won-san thinks about it and understands that they will do it step by step, and the delivery guy asks her to stop here for today. She asks him if he is not going to stay over, she got a bed for him too. He says that is why she has strange boundaries and walks away from her house. When he leaves, Won-san thinks about his offer to come out with him, and she agrees to do it with him. Then she decides to do her live stream and wants to give her best. She turns on the live chat and says that the live stream has finally started, and she starts the super chat for today. Someone says that they are broke, and she keeps going on with the live stream. Meanwhile, the delivery eater is looking for people to join them, and she finds it perfect for her plan. Usual days start, and the delivery guy delivers the food at Won-san's place. She looks too scared outside at night, and the delivery guy feels like he might get beaten up by her gaze. Won-san asks if it is okay to be outside after all, and she has no clue why she is so nervous about it. The delivery guy ensures her that it is fine to be out, and Won-san says that she cannot handle interactions with anyone except Oni-san, the delivery guy. Oni-san says to her if she overcomes this, she will gain some confidence. Thus, he asks her to take the first step. However, Oni-san still feels nervous, and she says that she should not back down here as she is getting help from Oni-chan. Therefore, she decides to go with him. Oni-chan feels nervous after seeing her at night as he has never seen her like that before. He thinks she is the one who feels really great, and he hopes that it will be all right. While walking down the street, Won-san sees a cat. She jumps near Oni-chan, and he asks her to calm down as it is just a street cat. Oni-chan says that he was so startled while thinking in his mind that he was startled for a different reason. They keep walking towards the market and finally reach there. When Won-san sees a guy there, she feels nervous and claims that she cannot do it. Won-san thinks about those girls who said about her that she is tall but still weird, and it is kind of scary and all the wrong things. She feels too scared to face people after that, and she keeps remembering things that people used to say about her. She says sorry to Oni-chan for not doing it even after he did so much for her, and he asks her if they shall go back. He tells her in order to overcome her anxiety, it is more important to know what she can and build her confidence. He claims that she said she cannot do it and shows her the rooms and says it is all the way up there. He asks her if this is not amazing that she made it this far, little by little, step by step, she'll be fine, says Oni-chan. He says he'll be with her until she can do it. He says together anywhere, he will be by her side. Won-san holds his hand and takes a deep breath. Then she says that she feels like she can still try harder if he is like this. Oni-chan thinks at the moment that Won-san is big and grand, and at the same time he feels scared, but her eyes are always sincere and focused on doing things she is not good at. Oni-chan says to her that he is here for the sake of helping her, and then he grabs his hand and says they should go for it. Oni-chan came outside while holding hands of the scary girl Won-san from the delivery location. Oni-chan asks her what she thinks about having some ice cream, and she runs towards the fridge to buy a lot of ice cream. Oni-chan is left in shock if she is seriously going to buy that much. She says she is getting this much so that she does not have to come outside for a while, and Oni-chan asks her to calm down a little. Won-san tries to grab milk and she drops it, so Oni-chan grabs it while grabbing the tap of milk too. When he looks up, she seems mad, and Oni-chan says sorry to her for getting so close to the milk tap. Meanwhile, Won-san thinks that she did it again and considers herself as an insect, and Oni-chan yells at her that it is just her depression talking right now. He thinks that her self-confidence is dropping rapidly, and he starts to wonder what he should do about it. While thinking about it, he sees the clerk restocking the items and has no clue why he is doing that. He says if he doesn't call out to him, he will not even notice them, and he thinks this will be too much of a challenge for Won-san at the moment. He decides to call him out, but Won-san holds his hand when he goes near him. He thinks that she is trying to move forward on her own, and it is hard to watch her work so hard, but right now, he needs to watch her make an effort. Therefore, he finally calls the clerk, and Won-san starts to cough as words could not come out of her mouth. The clerk says sorry to them and asks them to go to the register, and Oni-chan looks at Won-san if she's alright. He thinks it was a good call, and then they go to the cashier table while holding each other's hands. Both of them walk out of there, and Won-chan says that it was amazing, and Oni-chan says that the mission is clear. The payment was done online without even saying a word. However, Won-san seems sad, and she asks Oni-chan if she did a good job, and he says yes, with a smile on his face. Won-san starts to feel happy again, and she says thanks to him, and both of them smile at each other like they did something too great. While they are walking toward the house, the shopkeeper runs behind them, and he says sorry to Oni-chan as he forgot to put ice cream in his girlfriend's cup. Oni-chan feels awkward, and they start to think if they look like a couple. Due to this, both of them leave each other's hand, and Oni-chan thinks that he is a delivery guy and she is a customer, and their relationship is all about money. They decide to head their ways after that, and Oni-chan thinks that this is not good to be understood like they are dating. He does not want to cause trouble for Won-san, and he needs to understand his position properly from now on. Meanwhile, Won-san walks towards her home while grabbing the hand Oni-chan was holding just to remember him, and she wanted him to hold her hand for some more time. Oni-chan ended up being disliked by the Oni-san at the delivery destination. He goes there to deliver the food as usual before time, but Won-san does not seem normal. He thinks the other day the mistress took them as a couple, making her uncomfortable, and she is definitely looking more tense than usual. He decides to leave early to avoid any misunderstanding. He gives her the food, and Won-san keeps shaking uncontrollably. Oni-chan starts to wonder if she really did not want him to see him that much, and he decides to leave as soon as possible. He says sorry to her and apologizes for the inconvenience and runs away from there. Meanwhile, Won-san thinks that she was so nervous that she could not even speak. But when she thinks of that time, she does not know what to do. The next day, Oni-chan delivers the food, but the situation seems to be the same. He keeps going to deliver the food, but nothing changes. He thinks that her communication skills are getting worse. Thus, he goes to deliver again and gives her the food. Both thank each other, and Oni-chan wonders if this is how it should be. However, when he tries to leave, Won-san holds him and asks him to wait. She starts crying and asks him not to run away this time. She says sorry to him for being so weird and says the other day the mister took them as a couple, and she thought it made Oni-chan uncomfortable around her, and she acted weird thinking he hated her. However, she does not want the relationship they had before to disappear. Oni-chan gets to know that she does not hate him, and he understands that she misunderstood too and changed her attitude. From her perspective, he suddenly seemed distant, and he thinks he must have made her uneasy. He thinks that he also wasted all of her efforts and says sorry to her and accepts his fault. He says that it was just his misunderstanding, and he says that his feelings of wanting to support her will not change. Oni-san starts to cry and says that she is glad about it and claims that she thought he might hate her. Oni-chan says sorry to her and thinks that he might continue to misunderstand things in the future, but he will make it a priority to be of help to Won-san. While he is having these thoughts, Won-san keeps holding his hand, and he wonders how long she will keep holding his hand, as she did not let go for a while, and she kept crying. Oni-chan goes to Won-san's house to discuss where they should head next, and he thinks that he might have come off a bit rude another time. However, when he goes there, he sees an unknown girl at the delivery destination, and he wonders who she is. is. That is someone he does not know. She's about the height of an elementary schooler, but she is carrying a backpack like a delivery person. Oni-chan wonders if someone else ordered a delivery, and he thinks if One-san ordered another bento box. The bell rings, and One-san comes out of her house. The girl is from the delivery eaters, and the girl who delivered the food seems scared from One-san. Oni-chan decides to clear up the misunderstanding. The girl from the delivery eaters says hello to One-san with a smile on her face. She says she has come to deliver the bento. The girl asks if she is in the right place. Meanwhile, Oni-chan wonders who that girl is, as she is handling the job perfectly without any fear of One-san. The new girl is so different from him back then when he used to run away after seeing One-san. He thinks that this girl may be more suitable for delivering food to One-san. The girl looks at him and asks why there's another delivery person besides him and claims that she thought this area is her exclusive market. Oni-chan looks at her and thinks this girl is putting a different effect on him. The new girl says to him that he is in her way, and Oni-chan thinks that she is super scary besides her appearance. The girl walks away from the door saying, One-san has a voice like Fuwari-chan. After hearing that name, Oni-chan repeats it, and the new girl asks him if he knows her too. Oni-chan says yes, he does, and the new girl gets super happy after hearing it. She says she cannot believe that she met a Fuwari-chan's fan here, and says that she is amazing, and she watches her live stream daily. The girl shares that she also shares super chat, and she says that Fuwari might recognize her name. They both get along very well on this topic. Then she gets weird and asks Oni-chan if he is going to laugh at her, and asks if he thought that she was weird. Oni-chan keeps saying that he did not think like that, and claims that she is the first person he can talk to about Fuwari-chan in real life. So he is happy about it. The girl understands it and says that she will not fall for that while Oni-chan smiles, and thinks that he thought this girl was sharp, but she is easier to talk to than he thought. The girl asks Oni-chan if they can become friends as fans. Amidst, One-san comes from behind saying, mine, and Oni-chan asks her if that means she wants her bento quickly. The girl says sorry to her for being noisy, while thinking that One-san's voice is just so amazing. She wants to become a fan of hers and introduces herself as Akari. Akari then says that from now on, she will do her best as a delivery person, and asks her to take care of her. Meanwhile, One-san and Oni-chan are left in shock, and Akari walks away from there asking them to use her service again. Akari then says to Oni-chan, even if they are both fans of Fuwari here, still they are competitors and run away from there. Therefore, it is decided that from now on, that girl will also come for deliveries, and Oni-chan wonders if One-san will be okay from now on. Little that he knew, One-san is still trying to take the bag from him with a sad look on her face, like she wants something else.